Welcome back to Joel's Bowl. Today, we'll be making pierogi. As always, this recipe is posted down in the description, as well as being pinned in the comments. So we're gonna get started by getting a couple potatoes, and we're just gonna put those on the boil for about an hour until they're soft to pierce. And we're gonna peel those and mash them up really well. And then we're going to set that aside. And we're going to take 3 tablespoons of vegan butter. You can also use vegetable oil if you like. And we're just going to heat that up in a small saucepan. And we're going to add half a chopped onion and saute that until it's translucent, about 3 to 5 minutes. And then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and we're just going to saute that briefly before stirring in the mashed potatoes. And once that's mixed up really well, you can remove it from the heat and set aside. And then we're going to start on our dough. We're going to sift 3 cups of flour. We want to make sure that the flour is nice and fluffy, avoiding any clumps. And then we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to stir in 6 ounces of boiling water. We're going to mix that vigorously with a fork. And if any lumps float to the top, we're just going to crumble those. And once that's mixed up really well, we're going to cover it with a cloth and set it aside for about 5 minutes. And then we're going to take about 4 ounces of cold water. And we're going to stir that into the dough, crumbling any remaining lumps. And once that's mixed nice and well, we're going to cover it with a cloth once again, this time for 15 minutes. And once that's ready, we're going to coat it with about half a teaspoon of oil and knead the dough until it's nice and uniform. And then we're going to roll the dough out onto a lightly floured surface. Make sure it's nice and thin. And we're going to cut out circles using a 3-inch round cutter. For this amount, I've got about 40 pierogi. And we're just going to place a small spoonful of the filling into the center of each round. And we're going to moisten the edges with water, fold it over, and press it together with a fork to seal it. We're going to repeat this procedure with the remaining dough and filling, setting the pierogis aside as we finish them. And once those are done, we're going to take a large pot of water, add a bit of oil and salt to it, and set it on the stove. Once that's been brought to a boil, we're going to add our pierogi, about 6 at a time, and cook them for about 3 to 5 minutes, or until the pierogi float to the top. Once they're ready, you can remove them with a slotted spoon or a pair of tongs, and just set them aside on a wired rack to cool a bit. And there you have it, pierogi. You can serve them with some sauerkraut or some vegan sour cream. If you like this video, do your part to help the algorithm recommend it and drop me a thumbs up. Also, share it around if you know anyone that might also appreciate this sort of content. And be sure to subscribe for more amazing plant-based vegan goodness. Check me out on Instagram at Joel's Bowl. And tag me if you decide to make any of my awesome recipes with hashtag Joel's Bowl. Remember, in 2020, it's not difficult to make any dish vegan. Go vegan today. For yourself, for the animals, and for the entire earth. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.